morning.
Good morning, sunshine. How are you?
I am doing very good. I slept super late today, which is very nice because I don't normally do that. And I would have slept longer, but David on the team texted me this morning and I was like, I don't remember setting my alarm. I reached over, I'm like, that's a text. So,
Oh no. Oh
no,
my God, your hair looks gorgeous. I love it.
thank you very much.
Totally.
Enough of this. Let's go into some good news. What do you guys got?
I can
Well,
start.
I have gratitude.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say something related to you. I was just gonna say we got connected with Bree last week, and I'm so excited to be her accountability partner. So we set an agenda of what we're gonna do, one thing we're gonna tackle every month, the theme for that month, and then we set an agenda to meet on a weekly basis. We talked about our overall business plan, the people we wanted to target, the strategies we wanted to use. I mean, just like overall macro level. And I can't tell you how super excited I am to work with her and to connect with her and to grow together. So that's my awesome of the week.
I go, Bree. You go next.
I'm the same, and like I'm so much more focused and so excited, and also Craig as well. We had a great conversation yesterday, so we're just like I'm so thankful for this group. I'm thankful for you guys. Gina helps me with my mindset and reflecting what really is going on. So, and with love, of course, but it's very real. So thank you all.
I love that. I really do. I think that the match of you two is an amazing match because it's very hard to find. I shared this with, I think, Bree. It's very hard to find an accountability buddy. I have two, but it has taken me 20 years to find two that match up with me and who I am, both of them in EXP. So there you go. And everyone else, they were really good for a day, a week, maybe a month, and then they just all fell off the wayside. And David and I are on 2.5 years maybe of accountability buddy, and Nick and I are over a year. And it's just both of them always there, always there. It's awesome. So good. I'm really glad. I think you guys are an excellent match. So, all right. Who else?
Thank you. I love you guys so much. And I pray for everyone to have incredible and massive success in their personal lives and careers. I feel like it's all connected.
Well, because
they're all connected. It's not really an individual thing.
I agree. We're
What,
one.
love?
I said I agree because we're one human being, and those are just different components. And I watched the video. I watched the short one, and then I started watching the long one. I'm not through it yet, but I started. And I got to tell you that has really inspired me because I've been hitting brick wall after brick wall after brick wall. And finally, I was like, if I'm hitting a bunch of closed doors, then I'm going to go break a window. And so I decided just to buckle down and put down time to writing it and just going straight into writing the entire thing out. Because it's like halfway done. So
oh my God, I'm so proud of you. That's so cool.
Yeah, that was my decision yesterday of just going straight into writing it and then hitting into the publishers. I have a book that I haven't read yet that I put on my Audible specifically for that, which is how to get your book published, not self-published, like, big house published. So as soon as I get done with that, I'll start in on that book. Maybe I'll do it concurrently and to figure out what that looks like, so I have no idea. So anyway.
Proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I put
you.
it on the back burner. Bree, we should discuss it together when we meet. It's called a life book. I sent it to Gina. I'll send it to you and whoever else. But of course, I think that should be something we do during the vision month that we have, but probably sooner if possible, because I feel like it'll give us so much more clarity. So remind me, please. My brain's gonna forget.
The name and I'll order.
Also, you guys, Gary has his visioning statement up. Mine's different. And I pulled mine from a completely different source. But go ahead and on my website, oh, it's in the first 90 days, and I think it's step 3. But I'll drop my website in chat and check out mine too for that month and see if you want to build any of that in too. It'll just give you guys an extra tool. Let me see. First 90 days. I think it's number 3. Pretty sure it's number 3. So there you go. There's the website. Oh, I'm not Gina Chanson. I do not know why that came in. GinaHanson.com, but the dash has to be in there. First 90 days, number 3. Okay. All right.
All right.
Craig or Dutch? Good news.
I picked up my drawings yesterday. I'm going to deliver them today to the 2 sets of 2 drawings, 2 different lots to for development. One of them is to prepare for Board of Supervisors Wetlands Board visit. Got a little more information from my site plan guy. He's managing this through very well. Cheryl and I are working on putting the garage apartment in the back and getting the front part of the house, the mother-in-law suite, rentable, so that it produces cash flow. Since I've joined the team and listened to some other inspirational people like Peter J. Daniels out of Australia, I'm getting a little bit tougher, with a tougher mindset towards cash flow. And
Good.
it's like I'm not taking any, you know what, off of anybody. This is the way it is. I have to be the leader. I can't be lackadaisical in my cash flow.
You
If I'm
know,
lackadaisical in my cash flow, then my cash flow goes.
yep. I've talked to a lot of people that have learned that lesson through being their own landlords. And it's just it becomes a very, these are the rules. This is how it's followed. This is how we do it. And they can't listen to the sob stories because as much as they want to help, they're helping the wrong people if they keep on letting them do that. And they're not helping those people.
You got to fight for everything.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
got to put up a strong, if you start out with a strong leadership position, you can eliminate a lot of that.
Yep. And
Just saying no.
And then move into love. Yep.
Just by saying no. No,
Yep.
you don't qualify.
Yep. Yep. So good for you. I love that. All right. Craig or Kathy, what do you guys got?
Hello. So yesterday I talked to Bree and connected with her. It was a good call. I appreciate, you know, all of you guys, ladies and gentlemen. You know, so she kind of took her shoe off and hit me with it.
Oh, God, Brianna, I love you. Brianna, you just keep on doing that, sweetie. And if you have 2 shoes, you do 2 shoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And last week I talked to Dutch. He and I had a conversation, and you know, hopefully we can you know, do some things together. And Dutch has a wealth of experience. It's like crazy how much he knows. I don't even think he knows how much he knows. It's just automatic, you know, it just comes out, you know. So excited about that. And so I was at Starbucks this morning, and I usually, you know, sit in my car, but this morning it was nice out, so I went and sat outside under the umbrella, and this guy was walking in. He spoke to me, and he complimented my red shoes. So after he went in, I looked at his tag, and he was a realtor from Virginia. You know, because Virginia has those realtor tags, you know. So when I got done with my coffee, I thought he was coming back out, but I looked in and I saw that he was on his computer. So I went in, introduced myself, talked to him for a minute, and lo and behold, I couldn't recruit him because he's with EXP.
I love it. You can still bring him onto the team, though.
Yeah. So he's gonna be here until Wednesday. He and I are gonna get together again And yeah, it was just a good connection. Really nice guy.
I love that. You said tag, you mean plate, right?
Yeah, the
That
license
throws me
plate.
off. It throws me off because they say that in Florida too. And I always think because in Washington State, the tag is the little year thing. So
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, okay. And I'm like, realtor tag. Oh yeah, you mean plate. Okay. That's way cool. And yeah, I love that. I really love that. That's very cool. You never know who you meet and where things are going to go. I mean, I ended up in San Francisco Bay Area as a team leader because I met a guy in Arizona like half a dozen times. I kept on bumping into the same guy at the airport, at the hotel, at the restaurant, down the street. And after the sixth time, I'm like, freak, are you following me? Who the hell are you? I mean, jokingly. And it ended up being a dear friend of mine who now also is in EXP. And matter of fact, he's on stage every year. His name's Rick Jiha. He's just a really good guy, but you just never know where random stuff's gonna, toss you. The networking event that I went to Saturday morning, there was a girl there and she came up to me, it was Toastmasters, and she's like, I need somebody to evaluate me. It's last minute. I changed everything on the agenda. Can you do it? And I'm like, absolutely. And she's like, I won't even be here. Can you just email it to me? I'm like, absolutely. So she tossed me a card. And so I typed it up Sunday, sent it off to her. She replied back. And in the reply, I saw she lives in Fruitland Park, which I'm like, I think that's close to me. So I Googled it and it's like 10 minutes away. Like that's how close it is to me. And I'm like, oh my God, you live by me. And so we're going to go do lunch. She's like, my favorite restaurant's in Mount Dora. And I'm like, well, then, she's like, it's for lunch. It's my favorite restaurant. Oh, then we need to go there. So we're working out the details on that. But she knows everybody. She's massively connected in Central Florida, massively connected, and this powerhouse speaker, which is a great connection for me, So she's just just never know. Just say yes, just say yes. So cool beans. All right, Kathy K.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm here. Finally got on. We've been having storms and I try to shut the computer totally down and unplug it and all that. Took forever. So my good news is I finally got on.
Congratulations. I have a bar on the side of my computer that other things plug into. And when the storms kick up, all I do is just unplug that bar, but I don't shut anything down. I just unplug the bar and then plug it back in again. So
Yeah, I've got the computer out on the porch right now.
never
And
mind.
because I do, I don't have that set up. I usually do have a surge protector.
Yeah.
So, but I don't right now. So
Cool. Matter of fact, I told Greg I needed the new one. He goes, why? That one's protected for double what you'll ever need. I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, plus you unplug it anyway. All right, fair enough. All right. Hey.
I told Gina, but I took my computer in because somebody said they thought I had some spyware running in the background and they wiped everything out. So I'm having to reinstall everything. And my good news is Geek Squad is coming to my home this morning and they're going to fix it.
Yay. We love geeks. We love geeks. Geeks and nerds are the best. So cool beans. All right. Hey, Craig, was that your guy last night? Did you do that connection? Or was that just?
Yes.
That
Yeah.
was great. Yeah, that was really, really good. So that was a good one to toss over to Gary. It was really interesting to hear him.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
product and everything.
Where is his factory located?
Greenwood, South Carolina.
Greenwood?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Now,
You're
are you Greenwood or Greenville? I always forget which. Which one are you?
I'm Greenwood. I live in Greenwood.
Okay.
And that's
Yep.
where his factory is.
That's right.
Fantastic.
I will have to watch it. I fell asleep.
Yeah, I went late.
I
Well,
was researching those types of buildings in 2001 when I was living in Uniontown, Pennsylvania, 30 minutes south of Pittsburgh.
that's why, because they said they were all over Pittsburgh area.
Yeah, and this company was fantastic. I mean, I visited the factory. I got a
Yeah.
tour for the factory. It was great.
That's
And I-
awesome.
Places, just my wife needed to come back to a flat place called Virginia Beach. Couldn't take him
Yeah.
out.
Nice.
I-
All right.
Yeah, Darren actually gave me a tour of that factory, and yeah, I was impressed because I had the preconceptions about modular that he talked about,
Mhm.
and when I went in and he showed me the facility and he was talking about the boxes, he actually had it was about 4 boxes that were there that they had built. And one of them was open and hadn't been wrapped yet because the other 3 were getting ready to be shipped. And yeah, very, very well constructed.
It really makes me, it really makes me want to check into it because I mean, I get the cost is the same, but the speed is the part that I like.
Yeah,
That's the part. Fine, if the cost is the same, but you can do it in a fifth of the speed. Holy moly, let's do it, you know?
yeah,
And it gets occupied quicker. So
Well,
your
you're-
air conditioning units are not going to be stolen,
Well,
that's true.
and your material's not going to get wet.
Exactly. And the
And-
wet thing is what people don't realize. You're right, Dutch. Because we lived in Washington State and I worked for new construction. And if your house is built in the winter time, your house is going to creak for the rest of its life because it's just so, and it's wet and it's cold. And then, you know, it expands and it gets, and it's just, I can totally see that as the wave of the future. I really can. Especially being able to configure however you want to configure. So you're right, Dutch. My husband was, he goes, why didn't he talk more about the weather? He could have really talked about the weather. I'm like, I know. Yeah.
And
Yep.
thieves,
And
you
thieves.
have your material built one day, the crew doesn't show up for a couple of days, and your material disappears.
Gone. In Washington State, that was really, not when I was doing new construction, but later on when meth hit really bad, it was really, really bad. Because meth seems to go in areas and waves, and the waves last like a decade or more. It's just awful, sad, awful. So anyway,
Mhm.
challenges. Who's got what? Because I have a baby one if no one else has got one. Well, I don't know if it's a baby one or not, but. All right, I'm doing it. I need to get in front of teams, and I was on the Honey Badger call and they kind of restructured it. And I was like, which sucks, but whatever. No, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It just didn't get a chance to do the connection thing that I wanted to connect in. I need to get in front of teams and have conversations with them, not to bring them over, although that would be awesome, but more to get their insight into how much they would pay if we put together a leads package for Hoodle. And we're trying to figure out that piece of the puzzle. And then instead of taking it like we are taking it to the 1 by 1 by 1 by 1, we're fast realizing that, well, I realized it like a couple of weeks ago, and now the team's on board with it also, that we can't go to he's been pitching to the brand new agents. And really this is for an experienced agent, like more like you guys, that you guys get it. You know, you guys get, this is how real estate works. You're not brand new in this thing. And when you're brand new, it feels like everybody's got their hand out anyway, and you're just really trying to swim through the confusion, and it's not the right place. So I'm like, no, we need to go up to the person that's doing at least a unit, between 1 to 4 units a month probably is a good target for us to go after, or maybe even 8 units a month. So who do you know, or do you guys know anybody that have teams that I could talk to them about what they might pay for leads packages? Not trying to sell to them, just really want opinions. You know any teams?
Yeah, I can talk to someone here. And let you know, do you want to connect with the team lead, Flo?
Yeah, I want to connect with the team lead and just sit down and like hit his brain for your area would be great because of all the new construction going on, for like 15 minutes or 20 minutes. It's not super long call or anything. I just kind of want to get their opinion of what it would look like and what they would want out of it.
Okay, yeah, I can try to see if they'll be open to that.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I'm not recruiting. I'm not doing any of that. I just want to find out if they had a leads package, what other types of services they would want that would help their team. because that's the part we're building out. We've got a guy that will build out the whole leads package for teams. But obviously it's not going to be, you know, $79 a month. It's going to be more money. And we want to know what what they would consider valuable. So that would be awesome, Anna. Hugely awesome.
Okay,
Are you-
no problem. If I forget to get back to you, let me know. Oh, that being said, I just remembered you guys tasked me with the KV Core thing, right? With the Google Calendar. So
Yeah.
yes, you can totally integrate Google Calendar. I linked mine. It just populates your Google Calendar onto your smart CRM. There's a little thing that says calendar. So when you click on it, your Google Calendar shows up there. And all of the KV Core tasks that you have, like the daily tasks, like call this person, check in with that person, text this person.
Go into your
All of
calendar.
those are actually going into your calendar too. So it was really, really easy to set up. But something happened to mine. I set it up like last week. It worked just fine. And then today or yesterday, my VA had trouble accessing it. And I saw on my end, I thought it maybe it was hers, like geographical IP address limitations, but I saw that it says you don't have access. So I don't know, I have to fix that, but it's a really, really cool feature to incorporate. So thanks for the suggestion.
Nice. I connected my Trello board calendar for all the reminders that I put in. Okay, I didn't do it, Ava did it. So those pop up. And what I did for mine, and I'm wondering if KV Core can do this, which is why I'm wording it this way. I set up my reminders for everybody to be at 6 a.m. unless it's an actual appointment that I'm supposed to call them at, noon 1, 2. Other than that, it's all 6 a.m. So all my reminders are all stacked across the top of my calendar. They're a different color. So, so I don't freak out thinking I have a 6 a.m. appointment because they're dark blue, but they're right there. And as I do them, I can pull them off and, just the next one's available and the next one's available. So does KV Core, where's it sticking your reminders, or do you put the time in? Or do you know, Anna? Oh,
I'm so sorry, love. My kiddo came and took my attention away. Can you say what does KV Core do again? Was something with reminder KV Core?
yeah, so the reminder part in Trello, the way I set up my reminder task reminders is to hit at 6 a.m. and they're dark blue. So when they appear on my calendar, I can tell that it's a task, not an actual appointment. I just have to get it done that day. When you have your KV Core reminders, are they popping up as a time, or do you have them all stacked at a certain time? Like, how do you know it's a task and not an actual appointment?
It's actually a setting, and it specifically says like for example, my appointments, the ones that are on Zoom, it says on Zoom or Zoom appointment, and then the physical ones, I just do caps that appear at specific times. The check-in ones, like the daily check-in tasks, you can set in your settings to come out at a specific time of the day. I don't know if you could color code it though, so that's something that I should look
Oh,
into. A
on
good
the
one.
color coding, that is handled on my end, on my where it draws on my calendar on my iPad. It's color coded as to which calendar it's drawing from. So
Okay.
everything on Trello comes in blue. Everything that comes in off of, if I'm connected into other calendars, will come into that calendar color. So I can tell what calendar it's coming in at, which is helpful because, well, like I used to coach big teams, and then I was the coach for the team. So Carl's calendar was green, Richard's calendar was blue, that kind of a thing. So I could tell where the stuff was coming in from of, Jeannie, you have a meeting at, 3 o'clock with what the hell, who? Because they would just put meeting. So that's why mine is that way, but that's a function of the calendar itself, not where it's, you know what I mean? Not through KV Core or Trello or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. No, I function the same way, but I color code all my calendars outside of KV Core. KV Core though, that's what I'm trying to find out if I can. Well, that's the thought that just came to me. If we could color code KV Core tasks as well, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, I'll look into that, love.
Okay, cool. You are such a wealth of information. And I thank you so much for this.
Really, I'm learning all along with you guys.
Well, yeah, me too, because I just was on the phone on the Zoom with Ava yesterday. And oh yeah, my database. So I'm like, I cleaned my whole database out, and now do I have to take it before I put it in KV Core or after? She's like, please take it before. I'm like, all right, step 2, take the whole entire thing out, and then she'll upload it for me, and then we're getting going. We've copied over Gary's attraction campaign, so we have all those. We're going to tweak it for us, and then we're going to add in some different campaigns. And I'm going to use ChatGPT for that. I'm going to literally just pour into it and rewrite it with my team and the voice that I want it to have. I think I'm just going to dump the whole entire thing in and then go for it that way, and kick it out and then build it right back into KV Core again.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you have a campaign already set up that I can clone and tweak too for agent attraction?
Gary does, and if you go onto Gary's website, under member resources, I think it is, there's a whole section, and he has all of his campaigns in there, and it's a key code that you load into your KV Core, and the whole campaign shows up. So he's got them for all the different books, the flipping and investing and those kinds of things. He's got all those, commercial, etc., and then agent attraction. There's 3 of them in there. One's a texting campaign. We did not take that one. One is for teams and one is for individuals. And there might be a 4th one that is Gary he built. The teams and the individual one, those are from Honey Badger. Those are both Honey Badger campaigns.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, so there's a wealth of information in there, and it's already all set up for you with the key code thing to put it into yours, and it'll just automatically load in all of it.
Sweet. That's awesome. Oh,
Yep.
that's gold right there.
I
that's
know.
That's
know.
cool.
So we're gonna start building out some stuff like that for our team that, that's got the codes and all that, and figure that component out and what that looks like. But for the agent attraction one, Gary's like, yeah, take whatever you want to her. So the other campaigns we'll build our own, because we do stuff very differently than, obviously we have a different focus than Gary's. So we'll build all that ourselves, but the concept is fabulous.
That is awesome.
Hey, Gina,
Yeah.
is there a way in EXP or in Workplace or whatever to inquire about teams? And that way maybe you could reach that way?
That's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. So I'll look and see, let me see, Workplace, maybe they have a Teams group, or I'll just go on the main Workplace and ask about, can you tell Teams on in the directory? I don't know if I can tell the directory, but
that was the other thing I was wondering whether you could in there.
I'm writing it down right now. Boodle.
Oh, Gina, one thing you can do is go to the EXP leaderboard that's been published through
Yes.
and then there's a section that separates individual agents versus teams. That would be awesome. That way you can target high performing teams as opposed to reaching very non-performing ones.
I love the teamwork on this team to help me find teams. So thank you very much. That's it. That's my gold right there. All right. On it. We sat down yesterday on that group, the 4 of us, and we just prioritized our benchmarks and got everybody on the same exact page of, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, go. And so this piece has to pop in the next set to move on to, but it's very cool.
I would think you'd want to have graduated prices too. I mean, the bigger the team or the more productive or something, the better the discount.
I don't know. That's an idea. I'll toss by them. Right now they don't have the price point for teams built yet. They have 5 pages, 10 pages. They're putting back in a lifetime membership. They're building that back in again. They're thinking about adding in just a single page just to kind of get people over the hump to get started. I don't know if they're going to do that or not. And then that teams package, we talked to one guy that's on with the team, and it's working out the value proposition between just buying a bunch of individual packages and then the team package. And the value proposition really is we've got a whole lead generation, and we can literally just fill you with leads. We've got the 4 people on the team. There's obviously Ron, there's me, and then Colton, he was number 3 in ClickFunnels, so he's on the team. And then Patrick, what he does for the National Association of Home Builders and New Home Source is he does lead packages for the big builders. He does these lead packages where, you know, it's thousands of leads and all that. So he's the other guy. So that's our team. And so it's getting this component turned on. It's a good group of people with a lot of just brilliant brain power. And two of them are these young kids. By young, they're probably 30, maybe, because everybody's young now. But they are, everybody's young. I can't tell you how many times I say some old guy was there, and I'm like, probably 60 or 65. And my mother-in-law will look at me and she goes, "You're 60. I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's right." Yep, some old guy. Like, oh my gosh.
We do
Gina,
that with Ange, my daughter. She'll
yeah.
be telling me stories like that. I go,
Yeah, I told Craig, I'm like, "Craig, you are the old guy." I'm like, "Come on, man, you're the old guy." Yeah, because we are the
Yep.
old. Not y'all aren't, but some of us are. So, all right. Do you guys have anything? I know, Dutch. Hello, honey.
76.
Congratulations. I like getting older. I like my age a lot. So, I mean, I really do. I like the wisdom, the maturity, your self-worth is not based upon the opinions of others. I like all that stuff. It's just very good. It really, really is. So I'm
I
down.
wish I could get away with putting color on my hair sometimes, and then I wouldn't feel like I'm in that group as much.
Conditioner, Kathy.
I can't. I can't.
You can't put conditioner in your hair?
Oh, conditioner, yeah,
That's all it is.
but color.
No, this is just conditioner. That's all this is. That's
I
it.
got stuff in my hair. I pulled it back so it didn't quite fill the whole screen.
Well, yeah, I mean, all I have to do is sit here and mess with it a little longer. I mean, it's not as big as yours, but it can definitely get big. It's just conditioner. It's called Overtone. Get it online. It's just conditioner. And then it washes. That's why it washes out all the time. And that's why I can do purple or, you know, whatever color I want to do, actually. So it could do yellow and green too. I just don't think it would look good in yellow or green. So
I already know that's not my color.
yeah. So anyway, and it works on, you can get it for dark hair. We're so far off of real estate. Check it out if you're ever interested. All right. Anyone else have anything else before we let you guys go to go be your awesome selves and throw shoes at people, because flipping they need it sometimes.
I'm trying to work a deal with Craig and a work a deal with Anna.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So I've got investors for Craig's, and then I have 2 people for Anna's property that I'm trying to get sold.
Now you just reminded me of something. I'm going to encourage you guys to do this also. So we've been working on our database and continue getting that so that work is done. I'm doing mine too. So we got no excuses. We have none to continue pushing that database in. And I've blocked out my time for taxes, database, and writing, but whatever, it doesn't matter because I get to do all the fun stuff in between, and I do like writing. But it's time blocked into my calendar. So then the next step is I want you guys to set your bar of success, what's going to seem high, but truly, it's really low. And what I want it to look like, I want you guys build what it is for you. Here's what I strongly suggest. My bar for my measurement for if I succeeded in a day was, did I get my lead generation done? Whatever that looks like. It doesn't matter what form or whatever, just did I get it done? For me, that was 20 dials or 20 conversations a day, 3 days a week. So I get my lead generation done. And then did I put something into contract? And something into contract just meant either I took a listing. So I wrote a listing, I wrote a buyer offer, or I put a buyer under buyer brokerage agreement, or I reduced the price of a property. Now, it ended up shifting to where I had to do 5 of those a week because I moved all my appointments to Fridays. So, but in the beginning, I didn't. My appointments were scattered throughout the day, you know, throughout every day, throughout the week, that kind of thing. Eventually, it shifted all the way over to Friday. But at the end of the week, I consider myself a success. Did I get my 6 hours of lead generation done? In the beginning, it was 15 hours, and then it shifted down because I'd already built the relationships. It was like the difference of, at that point, it was working more of a sphere. than cold calling. Cold calling just takes more time. And did I move my 5 pieces of business forward? And if I only on Friday, Saturday, actually, if I had not got it done, then somebody was getting the price of their house reduced. Whoever was my oldest transaction that had been hanging out on the books that got a price reduced, or a buyer was going underneath buyer brokerage. But it ended up being such a low bar. Did I get my lead generation done? And did I move 1 piece of business forward? Because even if everything else blew all to hell, it didn't matter. And I just discounted away, because you can't control a lot of this, although you can push and drive it forward. But people are people, and we can't control them. And, you know, they go do dumb things like buy motorcycles right before you're going to close, and stupid things like that. But you can't control your lead measure. And my lead measure originally was, did I get my lead generation done? And then if nothing else happened, who cares? And then it became, did I get an appointment? My amount of appointments that I got. I was going for 4 per week. And if I didn't, you know, and then it moved on to, did I move a piece of business forward? But set your bar with some small thing so that you know you're a success every single day. And it's not rock the world or any of that kind of stuff. That's going to happen because you have your bar that you've set for what you have deemed to be success on a lead measure. Does that make sense? It's kind of all over the place. Okay, so set it.
Gonna be hard for me.
Maybe it's, you know, maybe it's 10 conversations a day. Maybe it's an hour a day getting my database all the way in until it's in. And maybe it's, you know, contacting people. I was talking with the new girl, Meredith, yesterday, and she started a job, which has been really intensive. And the training has been like this. And she's like, I so want to do this. And she's been trying to work on her database on the back end. And I'm like, then you have to pick up a phone. You have to pick, I'm like, you drive in and you drive back. I'm like, if you can just do 1 phone call in, 1 connect, and 1 phone call back, I mean, that's 10 more phone calls than you're doing right now. She's like, yeah, it is. I got to do this. And she's driven. She just didn't know where to carve it in. So I'm like, and that's for her success. Did she connect with 1 person on the way in and 1 person on the way back? That's it. That's all her measure of success is. It's tiny. It's very doable though. And it's 10 more than she was. Okay, so figure out what it is for you guys and set up your bar. That's your bar. And it's the bare minimum bar. It's not a, ooh, it's a goal. It's a bare minimum bar. And it needs to be something like literally, if you're not exercising at all, can you just do 1 push-up? Just 1 push-up. That's it. Now, while your butt's down there on the ground, you'll probably do 10, because why would you just do 1? You already got yourself all prone and everything. But the bar is just 1 push-up. It's something so ridiculously small that if you don't make it, I don't know, you're a slug. That's how tiny I want it to be. Okay, that tiny. That's it. Just 1 push-up level height. Okay. Craig is thinking. I can see his eyes up there, all over the place, up there. That's very cool. All right.
I'm thinking about all the stuff I need to do. Everything you said, I need to do.
Me too. That's why I have this puppy. And then if you have a lot of things that are things to do, I started blocking out my whole Fridays now, which has always been a good day for me to work. And I have 1 meeting. Well, I have our meeting, but that doesn't count because that's just fun. And I have 1 meeting in the middle of the day, but then the rest of the calendar's blocked so that Ava can't stick anything on my calendar. And that is my time to, if I want to write or work on my database or something like that, because it's very low stress. It's kind of relaxing, you know what I mean? And if I want to kick off at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I can. So that's what I built, because I want my life I want to have life in my life, and that gives me life in my life. And so I will cram. That's why my Mondays and Tuesdays, a lot of time, I'm just like at the end of the day and exhausted, because I'll front load it all. So there's ways to make it work for you. You just got to think about what it is that you want and then make it work. Because if we don't design our lives, well, then somebody's going to design it for us. And I don't want them to. I want to design my own life. Thank you very much. Thank you, Anna, for sending me that thing. By the way, Anna, just send that to all of us. Are you still there, darling? I think she got busy with kids. Let me toss this over to you guys. So you guys
No,
can...
love, I'm here. Sorry, I just couldn't unmute fast enough. Yeah, sure, I'd be happy to.
The short version.
Okay, the long one is a little too long.
Yeah, the long one's long, but the short one's just a couple of minutes. I'm trying to see if I can get it to pull up here to where I can grab it really quickly, and then I'll leave you guys with this. No, it's not popping up. Right. All right. Yeah, as
Here,
soon
I'll
as
do it. No worries.
thanks, Steph. I highly encourage you to watch it, and then to start taking care to design your life the way you want to live your life. It's a good thing. All right. Have a fabulous day. I will see you all. Oh, Anna, you rock. Look at her. Dang, she's fast. Okay, y'all. Grab that off of the chat bar, watch it, and then try and figure out what your level is of your just one thing that you're going to go nail and do so you can feel like a success every day and know that you are a success.
Sorry.
It's okay. Oh, you clicked on it and it started, right?
Yep.
All the time I'm like, don't start right away. I need to learn to mute my dang camera, my mic first before I do it. I did it last night too. Then had to apologize. All right, you guys, have an amazing day. And seriously, go throw a shoe at somebody who needs it, because do it in love. But throwing a shoe in love is probably some of the best stuff you can do. So, all right. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Have a great day.
Have a good one.
Bye.